the air. Bull crap.
Hello, y'all. As Patrick is getting on my case for giving him a hard time, we are coming live. We're ready to go on this Tuesday night, and it's time to breathe again on the latest BOFASports webcast streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. When you see us together, Patrick and Charles, and we have the NFL draft coming up on Thursday in Pittsburgh. We'll get to that in a moment. But before we do, Aaron, thanks for tuning on in. And you might have seen my comment about your the first documentary of the Five Falls of Glassboro, and I did see that part 2 is released. So I have to check that out. And Patrick said check out both of them.
I haven't watched either one of them because I wait for the full season to come out first.
You want the whole?
That's my excuse, even though it's not a good one.
So, Aaron, thanks for tuning on in. And I seen the first couple of comments you had talking about the Flyers. He said the Five Falls is actually done. So no excuse, Patrick. 2 episodes.
Okay, well now I got to get into the seasons.
So he mentioned the Flyers, as in the Philadelphia Flyers. We will talk about that series. They went to Pittsburgh and took 2 from the Penguins, and now the next 2 will be back at home in Philly. So we'll see if we can finish the series off, really. But I've been looking at some of these playoffs. I mean, first of all, the environments in these arenas.
Got them open now?
Is the environments in these arenas.
Kids, they love to give me a hard time, and
it's got to be Brantley, huh?
No,
is it Brantley
Easton.
giving you a hard time?
Easton's opening up some vanilla wafers.
Okay,
He needs him to do his homework.
Don't think.
And he looks back at me. He goes,
He said, "My bad." Don't think I didn't notice. Hey, Patrick, them glasses though, looking sharp.
I know, right?
So
They ain't got a tie, but I mean,
it's all right. We'll clean it up when it's time.
yeah, I mean, look, my contacts suck, so I had to put the glasses on, man.
I mean,
I was walking around like this because this eye is bad. The contacts they give me some stupid contacts. I don't even know what they're doing.
I think if it was my choice, man, I'd rather have the glasses anyway. I know contacts are cool, but they could be.
Oh, they give me such a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't keep them on my face too long.
So yeah, but looking sharp. I like the look.
Dude, when am I not looking sharp?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's true. I didn't want to say that. It's not like the ego needed any more boosting, but he said, read Aaron's last comment. So we looking at the playoffs.
Which one are we on first? NFL or NBA?
Yeah, we'll talk about the NBA, then we'll go over to the NHL, and then
we'll do the better one last.
Yeah, but look, the NBA. Look, hey, the ATL, Patrick, got a split in New York.
Got the split, boy. I was sweating that second one though.
Look, hey, the one thing with Atlanta that makes this a tough series for New York is they have guys who can make Jalen Brunson work defensively. Yeah. CJ McCollum went to work. I mean, he was working.
And when he comes off, what's the other cat's name? Because when McCollum comes off, and it's not a downgrade in defense on him either.
No, because Atlanta got those. Atlanta got long defenders. They have Dyson Daniels and Nikolai Alexander Walker, who can throw, and they're long defenders. They're big and long defenders, and that gives Jalen Brunson some trouble. Jalen Johnson, of course, is nice with it too, but Atlanta has people that can make Jalen Brunson work defensively, and if they continue to do what they've been doing, bring pressure up court, make him work. Then to your point from last week, the longer this series goes, the more dangerous it could be for New York losing it. But now we have 3-4 games, 3 down in the ATL, and Atlanta was able to. Let's see what Aaron said. So Aaron says, ban Detroit from the postseason. It's game 1, Aaron. Let's see if
they already wreaking havoc.
Yeah. Let's give Detroit a little bit of time. But Orlando looked good. Orlando could be a problem for them. Orlando has a big team. They have a big team, physical team. None of those guys seem like they're shorter than 6'4", 6'5". I mean, Orlando's got a big team. And then he says Jalen Johnson will always be someone I like because he was a monster in fantasy basketball for me. Got me a chip. Jalen Johnson is, I mean, he's a triple-double guy. So, I mean, there's not much he can do on the court. It's going to be interesting to see how he continues to develop in postseason ball. Because, I mean, the Hawks have a pretty young team, with the exception of C.J. McCollum. And they're going through these battles. And right now, I mean, I have to say they're looking pretty good. And we'll see how the series balances out. But, man, at the next
get a split in New York.
Right.
Dude, I will take a split in New York with the first 2 games, dude. I'll take that all day, every day. I mean, to go into Madison Square Garden and play, I mean, and don't get me wrong, even in game 1, Atlanta played very well. They just got behind. They got behind early, and they just could never come back. I mean, now, don't get me wrong. That second game they had, I think they were down like 14 at one point, and they had that 18-2 run or something like that, and was able to get the lead. But I mean, now, don't get me wrong, New York is not just going to go away. You know, for Atlanta, they have to take care of game 3. That's a must. I mean, must is game 3. And then you got game 4. Game 5 is in Atlanta too, or is it 2-2?
It's 2-2-1-1-1.
I've always hated that format.
Really?
Hate that format. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
But I mean, so Atlanta's definitely got to get that. Atlanta's got to get game 3. They got to put some pressure on New York, especially in. Hold on. Hey, come on, guys. Seriously. Brantley, do you just think you own the house?
It was the dog.
Turn the TV off. Jeez, I can't focus. What was I saying? Oh, Atlanta's got to take game 3. They got to take game 3. I mean, you could get that split in Atlanta and be okay, but I mean,
Atlanta, you don't want to give New York.
You don't want to give New York that chance in Atlanta, especially in game 4 coming in. If New York takes game 3, there's an opportunity for game 4. You cannot go back to New York down 3-1. At the worst, 2-2. Best case scenario, go back to New York with 3-1 and see how well that goes. You know what I mean? But for me, Atlanta's got to take game 3. They got to take game 3.
It puts some real pressure on them. Yeah, because if New York falls behind in the series, let's see how they respond to that actual series pressure, especially there's a lot of expectations for the Knicks team. A lot of people feel they could get to the NBA Finals this year. I'm not particularly sure about that myself, but there are a lot of people who think that could happen. Mm-hmm. So now you're facing a first round exit. You're going to see how they respond to that pressure.
And the Hawks ain't going to go away. I mean, it's just like, even when I looked at it game 1, I was like, man, Atlanta was there. They were right there. Just a couple of things just didn't go right for them, and I'm not going to sit here and say it was bad calls or anything like that. I mean, mostly I just think it was just Atlanta just turned over the ball too many times in game 1. Game 2, they took care of it and they played ball. They went back to what they did best. Run. and it really kind of wore out New York. I mean, the legs just weren't there in that last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. So it looked good for Atlanta. Atlanta was still going, was good, and New York seemed a little tired. I'd like to see how the rest of that series goes and wears on New York to see what that looks like for Atlanta. So,
yeah, and looking at what's going on right now, we have 2 of those playoff games on. So Philly right now is winning in Boston in the third quarter. You know, Boston took game 1 by 32 points. It was 123-91. You knew Philly would at least come back with a better effort. And here they are. They're in the lead midway through the third quarter. And then the Spurs and Trailblazers are playing right now as well. Just started the second quarter there. The Spurs took game 1 in that series. Later on tonight, you have the Rockets and Lakers in their game 2 out in Los Angeles.
Dude, I will say this: that Lakers and Rockets game, that game 1. Hey man, you're never going to hear me say this too much, but dude, kudos to LeBron for actually showing up. You know what I mean? He showed up. Now, that would be the last time I say that.
So we'll see how that game.
While I say that,
we'll see how that game 2 goes, and then you have 2 other series that have played 2 games. The Wolves and Nuggets. I don't think anybody's too surprised. That's 1-1 going into game 3 in Minneapolis. That's those 2 teams know each other really well. And I know we talked about it last week that the series could be the best first round series out of all of them. So
and it's panning out to be that. And now I will say this, that Knicks and Hawks is giving them a run for their money. But yeah, that Nuggets and Timberwolves game is what was that score of that first one?
Which one? Timberwolves and Nuggets?
Yeah, 115.
116, 105.
116, 105. Yeah, I mean, so see that series is planning out to be just as good, or the Knicks and Hawks is just as good as the other one. So,
Aaron says, he said the power of the injured list compels the 76ers. The 76ers do seem to be hurt a lot. I guess they have everybody in there besides Joel Embiid, who had he had what was it? What's how you say that word? Epidemic? Epidemic?
Dude, I'm not even going to attempt it.
Okay.
I'll trust you in whatever you say. Yes.
Thanks. And Aaron also said somebody put in electric mode so he can save gas. Yeah.
Look, man, he's a Georgia dog. He'll be all right.
What I'll say about Minnesota in these games, a Luna appearance. What's up, Luna?
Yeah, we got to do another appearance.
So with the one thing I'll say about Minnesota is the other guys have stepped up pretty well for them. Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels, Dante DiVincenzo, they have come to play. Julius Randle, they have come to play, and they need all that because Denver has a pretty complete team there. Mm-hmm. And Minnesota is going to have to find other people besides just Anthony Edwards if they're going to win this series. Now, they know they could beat them. They went to 7 games a couple of years ago and was able to pull that last game out in Denver. So there's a lot of familiarity there. It's going to be one of those games. One of those series is going to go back and forth, and no one will be surprised, I don't think, if it goes 7 again. And then
we both have them going 7, right?
I think so. Yeah. No, I think I might have picked Denver in 6. But a very close 6.
I mean, I think I'd said Nuggets in 7.
Mm-hmm. And then am I missing one? Oh, the Raptors and Cavs.
Cavs.
Yeah, Cleveland took care of the first 2 games in Cleveland.
Yeah, I thought Toronto might win that series, but yeah, that's probably going to be a sweep.
Yeah.
I mean, Toronto, I don't even think Toronto even knew they were in the playoffs yet.
At least not on the road. We'll see what happens when they come back home to Toronto. I think that game 3 is on Thursday night. So yeah, we'll see how these series pan out. Our early opinions on how the series is working out. As I look at the scores again, Philly is still winning in the third quarter, and Portland has a small lead on the Spurs right now.
Yeah, they doubled it from a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
29-28. Now they have extended it out 2 points now.
So there's the basketball look at. Let's move over to hockey. We'll start with Aaron's comment about the Flyers. And yeah, I mean, the Philly-Pittsburgh matchup is always a tough one for the Penguins. Of course, there's the Pennsylvania rivalry, but it's a contrast of styles. Normally, Pittsburgh's the team that likes to get up and down the ice a little bit, possession, nice passes, short passes. Philly is the team that likes to get dirty and muck things up.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we see the Flyers versus the Canadians? Might be a hockey game that breaks out in a fight.
Yeah.
During that fight, and it might be a hockey game that breaks out during that fight.
Montreal.
That's always my favorite one.
Montreal was just fighting 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, they loved it. They loved the fight.
That was a team fight. There was literally 4 people in the penalty box for Montreal.
It looked like that Atlanta Braves fight they had with who did the Braves break out in a fight with a couple weeks back?
The Angels.
The Angels. Yeah, that's right. I'm like, what is everybody fighting for?
So, Aaron, are you a Flyers fan? I didn't know you was a Flyers fan. He said, Aaron, you would talk a lot of ass about how we get swept in this series. Our young guns are absolute gems. Philly do have some young dudes that can get it going.
They can play.
And they were struggling. They were struggling a little bit I guess in the middle of the season, and then everything clicked at the end.
Well, they rotated their lines, and when they rotated their lines, those guys just start playing.
Yeah, and everything it started just working, and right now they are rolling. Aaron says since 2023. He said he decided to get into hockey. Always loved the colors and the logo was cool. I hardly know anything about hockey, but I'm trying. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, yeah, okay. So here's the thing, Aaron. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I didn't like hockey for years. I mean, it's like, it's not a hard sport to understand, but it never seemed like something that was crazy interesting. All right. But then I started digging into the traditions of what is behind hockey, and it just makes that makes that sport just so much better. And when you start understanding like what icing is and how the blue liners play and why people rotate their lines and all of those things, and you start watching it and you start understanding it from that level, dude, hockey is just like, it's up there, man. It's a hard sport for me to put third behind football because I just love all the tradition that goes with hockey. And hockey is not a greedy sport like the other 3 are. Hockey is really just about who wants to be there. And it's such a fun environment when you go in. And then one of the best things is get on, especially like since the Canadians are playing the Lightning right now. If the Canadians make it to the second round, they might do it in the first round. I don't remember, but if they make it to the second round, they start doing the furnace. And when they light the entire furnace on fire and watch that entire pre-game show, dude, right there, that's all you need to see. Watch the Canadians do it, and it is amazing. It is one of the best pre-game shows ever.
I think for me, when it comes to hockey, for those who don't know, I lived in Dallas Fort Worth before coming up here to DC. And
Really?
for those who don't know,
I knew that.
and so I worked at the American Airlines Center, and of course that's the home of the Mavericks and hockey's Dallas Stars. You probably heard me say this a lot. Well, I know you've heard me say it a lot, Patrick, but I will always say the best sporting environment there is a playoff hockey game. There is nothing more intense. There is nothing just more passionate. Everybody is into it from the face-off, the opening face-off, and before that, even getting everybody rounded up. And I mean, I've been in even soccer environments over in England, so if that tells you anything.
Dude, I went to a bullfight in Spain. And I mean, I'll tell you, like, even hockey is, I mean, don't get me wrong, a bullfight go to a bullfight in Spain, that is the coolest freaking experience. But man, I'm gonna tell you, man, there's nothing like a playoff hockey game, man. This is nothing like it.
It's so intense, man. And I think like you were talking about with the traditions, I think the Stanley Cup is the best trophy out there. Mm-hmm. And all these series tightly contested. There's so much uncertainty with hockey because yes, you could have a team such as the Colorado Avalanche, and of course they have a great chance to hoist it this year. But because you have goalies, like we have always talked about, a hot goalie can carry a team to at least the Stanley Cup final. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, look at game 1 against the Kings. That was just 2-1.
Yeah. Yep.
There's not a drop off. There's not a drop off in hockey like there is in baseball and football and basketball. There's not a drop off from 1 to 4. I mean, there used to be 1 through 8, but there's not a drop off 1 through 4 now in hockey. Dude, a hot goalie, like you said, Charles, a hot goalie will take you all the way to the Stanley Cup.
Aaron said the random ass St. Louis title in 2019. Exactly. The Blues title.
Yeah.
People had the Blues winning. I mean,
nobody had the Blues winning in 19.
Yeah. I mean,
and then they showed up and played.
And that's the thing, because that talent pool you talked about earlier, Patrick, it just seems more evenly distributed. Yes, you have teams, of course, that aren't going to make the playoffs and teams that aren't as successful as the other ones who are in the playoffs, but the talent distribution seems a little bit more even than it does in the other sports, where you have your champion and then you have your other team over here that is just complete and utter garbage.
Last year, how many Game 7 matches did we have last year? Almost every one of them.
Yes,
and then there was a lot of them that went into overtimes in 4 games.
Yeah, it's tight. It's really
last year was the best year for hockey, man. Last year was the best year. That was a phenomenal year.
It's really the environments and the games. Like yesterday, I think it was the Carolina Hurricanes winning in double overtime against the Ottawa Senators, and you're sitting there because it's sudden death overtime. So whoever scores a goal in overtime wins, and it could go a long time. I've heard of 5 overtime games. And these overtimes aren't, well, we'll just play for 5-10 minutes. These are full 20-minute
They're full 20-minute. Full 20-minute periods.
So you could very easily end up playing 2 games in one night, just depending on how things break down and the hot goalie and the different rolls of the puck, depending on how it kicks up against the ice. So it's really, really tight. And the Avalanche, you said they were the President's Trophy winners this year. They have the best record, but we know President's Trophy winners have not had a lot of success in terms of hoisting the Stanley Cup lately. So it's going to be, well, we know this. We'll have a new champion this year because the Florida Panthers didn't make it. And
yeah, but what do you think? You think the Lightning could do it and have a Florida team for the past 20 years in a row or something stupid like that?
Yeah,
Florida's got what, 6 out of the last 10?
Yeah, Florida, because
Like that?
Yeah, so you had of course, the Panthers won it the last couple of years. The Lightning won it in 20 and 21. Yeah, 20 and 21. And then I have to go back. St. Louis had the random one in 19.
Who had it in 20?
Huh?
Who had it in 20?
Tampa Bay.
That was Tampa, right? Okay, yeah.
Yep. Tampa Bay won it back-to-back in 20 and 21. And now it was weird because of COVID.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
But Tampa Bay won that one. They beat the Stars actually in the final, and it was weird divisions because of how they were trying to cut down on the travel.
Yeah, they mixed up all the divisions for those 2 years. Yeah,
and Tampa Bay beat Montreal in 21.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a weird year.
Yeah,
I liked their format and how well they did that. I mean, it was very good. I mean, no other sport was able to do it, not like hockey did.
Yeah, hockey had, I guess, 2 separate bubbles, more or less, because they were playing the games. If I remember right, the West teams were, for the majority of the time, in Edmonton, and the East teams were in Toronto. Mm-hmm. And so they would go back and forth once it got to the final on where they were going to play, whether it was going to be in Edmonton and Toronto, and then started going back to more home ice in 21. Aaron says Connor McDavid punching the air right now that Florida didn't make it. And Florida's team, they're just complete. And a lot of those guys this year, they were injured. Markov was injured. Matthew Tkachuk was injured. Brad Marchand got injured, and they just...
That's my boy right there, though. That's my boy.
They just weren't the same. But
and they never could get on the same page. I mean, it was like when one injury would come back, another one would be off the ice, and it was just you just could never really solidify their lines. Their blue liners couldn't mesh well because it was always just something was being thrown up in the air for the Panthers this year. So with all those injuries that they had, I mean, it's tough when and they got caught off guard with a lot of those dumb things that they never really make those mistakes. They haven't made those mistakes in years. And then, injuries can force your blue liners to do those kind of things. So
speaking of getting hype, so in Buffalo tonight, Josh Allen was the hype guy, and he chugged beer before the game. I think that's cool. I think that's real cool. He's gonna come in there and represent. He said, "Oh no, he's talking mess about your boy Patrick."
All right, look, okay. Let me do a little bit of defending. So when Brad Marchand was with the Bruins, he played with a guy named Chara. What was his first name?
Zdeno
Chara. All right. Chara was your true OG. What do they call him?
That's your tough guy.
He was your tough guy.
The enforcer.
So Brad Marchand, what he would do is, because you're right, Aaron. He's a jabberjaw, right? His job, literally in Boston, his job was to get people under people's skin, and then they would pull him out and put an extra blue liner in. They would put an extra blue liner in, and it would be Chara. And Chara would go out there and beat the crap out of everybody he'd just go out there and drop his gloves and fight.
Patrick, quick question: why do you never put your phone on silent?
Well, that's an alarm telling me I need to do my posting for Bro Epic.
Okay, at 9 o'clock. Well, 8 o'clock your time.
8 o'clock because all my research has showed for my show I need to post at 8 o'clock.
All right.
Charles. So I have to have that. I have to have that reminder, or I won't do it. But yes, Aaron, that was literally his job. That's what they paid him to do, is to run his mouth so that Charlie could go out there and fight.
I like how you said Charles.
Charles.
I like.
That's Brad Marchand calling. He's
the glasses.
He's like, thanks for sticking up for me.
The glasses have you acting more professional, sounding all proper and stuff. Charles.
Yeah, I'll put your last name in there.
That's fine.
Dude, how about my Braves?
I actually went to the game yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I did.
See that comeback?
I did.
That's how the Braves roll right there.
He said, little does Charles know that's actually Brad Marchand calling. I love it.
He wanted to say thank you for defending him, letting everybody know that he is a jabberjaw. But that's the reason why I like him, because he runs his mouth all the time.
So looking at the scores here in the NHL right now, you have Montreal and Tampa Bay, they're tied at 1 late in the second period. Boston has a 1-0 lead on Buffalo in the second, as we are on the air right now. And then later on, you have Utah and Vegas. Vegas leads that series 1-0. And the same with Colorado leading LA 1-0. They play later on tonight as well. We talked about Philly and Pittsburgh, Ottawa, Carolina, Minnesota and Dallas. That could be a long series between those two. It could be, they're tied at 1. They're heading up to Minnesota for games 3 and 4. And I am missing one. Oh, Edmonton and Anaheim. They just started their series yesterday. And
they're a little bit late to the parties.
To the party, yeah. And Edmonton won that one 4-3. Another thrilling game. So let's see. Aaron says, did you see the Mammoth had Utah misspelled on their shirts? Utah Mammoth. I did see that. And how do you misspell Utah? That's 4 letters, man. I get it, but it's 4 letters.
Mormons. No, I'm not judging by that. But Mormons, come on.
And look, they're not even. The games are in Vegas. They haven't even had their home debut yet.
Come on. The Amish could raise a barn in a week, and you can't get Utah right.
So yes, I did see that, Aaron. That's insane. So we will be keeping
and it's still warm with pride too.
So we'll be keeping an eye on these games, of course, as the series go along. And I think the majority of these series in both the NBA and NHL will be pretty close. And I think there'll be a lot of them that at least go to 6 games, if not 7. There's only a couple maybe that I see being short.
The only ones I really see being short, and I'm not going to say that it's going to be short. I still think that like the Penguins and Flyers. Penguins are still a good team, and I do feel like that still might go 6 or 7. Because even when I looked at those scores, game 2 was a blowout, I guess, if you want to call that a blowout. But
it was a Philly shut them out. It was a Philly special.
Yeah. And so I still think Pittsburgh can still make that an interesting series. Now I will say this about the Flyers. With them being at 2-0, they could really put their foot on their throats and really cause a lot of heartache for them if they can go up 3-0. At that point, then I could see Pittsburgh kind of throwing in the towel and letting it go. But if Penguins come in and win Game 3, they're back in it. You know what I mean? That Carolina Senators, that one's interesting. That one's interesting because Carolina, if they want to keep their foot on the throttle, they could sweep them. If they decide to take their foot off the throttle a little bit, I think the Senators can climb their way back into that series. I don't think Carolina is that type of team to play with their food, so to speak. But if Carolina really wants to make a statement, they'll sweep the Senators, and I can see that being one of those off kilter sweeps, I guess, if you want to call it that, because the Hurricanes are good, and they're one of the better teams in all of NHL. So if there's going to be a sweep, I really do think it would probably be at that Hurricane Senators win.
Yeah, because that game was 2 overtimes yesterday, and so I think going to Ottawa for Game 3, those environments in Canada, whether you're talking about Ottawa and especially in Montreal, those fans are going to be, you talk about lit. Mm-hmm. They're going to be lit in those 2 environments when those respective series do switch off. So, yeah, going to be interesting as we move along. And, of course, you could come to BOFASports to get the latest updates on these games. Let's look at the NFL draft because, look, Patrick, we really hadn't talked too much about it on this show. And really, I don't think there's it does seem like there's a lot of hype behind it like there has been in previous years. And maybe it's because, and if it is, I think this is a garbage reason, which I think this is the garbage reason because that's how sports has kind of become. But there's not a lot of quarterback quality in there. So
I think there's only one person. And I mean, dude, whoever gets Mendoza, I think it should end after that.
So you got
live reports. Who has the number 1 pick?
It's the Raiders.
See, they could tweet that. Just tweet the Raiders got Mendoza and let it be.
So the Raiders have the number 1 pick. Hey, they signed your boy Kirk Cousins though. So no. I say that loosely, Patrick. So don't.
Atlanta will find a way to get him back. Did you see the graveyard of quarterbacks we have?
I did. I know we mentioned that pretty briefly, but yeah, between Jared Stidham and Tua, and you still got Spinix there. Spinix is all right if he can stay healthy.
Dude, he's already had 400 Achilles tears.
It's the knees. The knees, man.
Oh, it's the knees.
Yeah, the ACLs. But this is his 4th. No.
Yeah, it's his 4th one. And, at what point do you look at it and just go, football might not be for me? He might need to go pick up pickleball.
But flag football is apparently.
It's still too much running. You know what? He might need to pick up he can still play football. Just play Madden.
So I'm looking at the draft order here. And so rolls, the Jets are second. I swear, the Jets and the Cardinals, sorry, Aaron, but they stay in the top 5 every year. Again, sorry, Aaron. You have Tennessee at 4, the Giants at 5. Now, the Giants are interesting because the Giants look like for the first time in a long time, they might actually have some excitement about their team. Now, they did make a big trade they traded away Dexter Lawrence. Aaron just said Victor Wembanyama is in concussion protocol. I guess he got.
Yeah, I'm looking into that right now.
And so he said, Aaron also says it's because the draft is not located in Wisconsin. I had y'all year, Aaron. Yeah, you had that year. So now it's in Pittsburgh this year. And next year, it'll be here. It'll be coming to DC. They're gonna have this bad boy on the National Mall. But the Giants are sitting number 5. They made a big trade to the Bengals. They sent Dexter Lawrence, the defensive tackle, to the Bengals. I forgot for what, but I like that move for the Bengals. I mean, you go ahead and you get a big nose tackle like that in the middle of the defensive line. Yeah, maybe the Bengals are finally getting a little bit smarter and making some moves to upgrade that defense, because you know you're going to score. Well, as long as Joe Burrow is healthy.
Dude, there's no team in the world that can average 40 points a game and still go 3-14. It looks like he had a fall and landed on his head.
Oh.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened, but he just based on what ESPN said, he said he is out for the rest of the game due to big fall on his head. That's all it says.
Goodness.
And
wow.
that's a huge loss for San Antonio.
I mean, hey, pointing out the obvious. You know, like that's it. I mean, that's a series and season changer there. If he's going to miss any time in this series, and you know, look, and I don't want that to be an indictment on Wemby, because you know how people are, Patrick. You know how this sports world is. You know how this world is, and there were a good amount of people who were wondering about Wemby's durability going into the playoffs because of his frame. He's got a slight frame. I mean, he's 7'4", 7'5", and people were wondering, can he stay healthy through a playoff run? And here he is. I mean, he's out for the game. We'll see what the other reports and how it goes in terms of the recovery time. But here come the vultures. You already know. The vultures are circling. Oh, we told you Wemby can't be durable. It's pathetic.
Well, I mean, look, I haven't seen it. I don't know what caused the injury to his face or his head or whatever that injury is. But I mean, you get somebody out there like Brooks who likes to throw elbows. Now, I'm not saying that's who it is, but I'm just saying there's people out there that they like to throw elbows, and boom, you get a good one right to the side of your face. Yeah, I mean, it could happen, you know. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, I told you Wemby couldn't do it," and then we're like, "But it's not even his fault."
Right. Exactly. Aaron says vultures be like, y'all already know what it is. I love it.
Yep.
Aaron pointed out, all right, so Dexter Lawrence, he got traded for the 10th overall pick for this year. So the Giants have 2 first-round picks. The Giants have 2 of the first 10 picks.
Yeah, and Atlanta has none in the first round.
Yeah, and y'all traded it to the Rams. To the Rams, dude. Like the Rams needed
what?
Picks.
For what?
Yeah, right. Well, so remember,
we don't even know.
No, I got you. You remember you made that pick for Pierce last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pierce might be going to jail, and so we'll see. Remember,
DUI.
y'all got the two. No, y'all had the two defensive tackles. Y'all got the cat from Georgia, and then the cat from Tennessee, which is Pierce. He has some domestic violence issues that he's gonna have to sort out here, and it don't look from them reports, Patrick. It don't look good. Like he could do some time. So
Atlanta don't.
Hey, look, I think
they need me to come over and be like, yeah, we're not getting that guy.
I think the Hawks might be getting it together, so it might not be all Atlanta teams.
Dude, all of our sports has somebody in jail. The Falcons have Pierce going to jail. Bulldogs are able to sweep that crap under the rug, but we should already have like 13 of them in jail. Do you know how many DUIs, like jails, we've had for just the Bulldogs alone this year?
Hey, dude,
we're at 14.
Zachariah Branch got arrested over the weekend.
Dude, remember when Stetson Bennett?
Yeah,
right before his second run, like knocking on people's doors in Tennessee, in Texas,
in Dallas. Yes.
Hey, I'm like,
that Patrick, I can speak from experience. The Dallas clubs,
Dallas clubs and Georgia people don't mix.
It's not a good mix.
It's not a good mix.
It's not that. That's something that should totally be separated from each other.
And the Braves got the one guy in jail right now who got suspended for freaking half a season.
Oh, he's gone for the year.
Now he's gone for the year. Good. He needs to be gone. I don't need.
Yeah, you're talking about Jurgensen Profar.
Yeah,
because he was suspended for half the season last year, and MLB's policy is if you get caught the second time because it was PEDs, that's a season. You're done.
Yeah,
for the season. So apparently he didn't learn his lesson. He's not watching what he is putting into his system. And the Braves spent the nice little contract on him because they wanted to solidify the left field position. And he's not on the field to solidify it. So that's one of those what we want to call them, Patrick, bad investments.
Yeah, there's no ROI on that.
Yeah. So but no.
He's not even going to return. So I mean, how? And then the dream, go and get Angel Reese. I mean, like, we obviously know that's not even going to be a return on investment.
You have a lot of double doubles, missed shots.
Dude, it's self-inflicted double doubles. She can't even get a layup. She gets her own rebounds because she knows where the ball's going to go.
So
she's like, statistically, I know where I'm going to put this ball, and I'm going to miss, and I'm going to have 4 million rebounds this season alone. How many points are you going to have? 10.
So look back. Sorry, I didn't mean to get you on an Atlanta rant. But look, back to the NFL draft.
The only ones I respect is the DUIs coming out of the Bulldogs because Kirby Smart has something worked out.
So looking at the draft, it looks like there are a bunch of Ohio State players that could be coming out, that are going to get drafted. I mean, Avril Reese, the edge rusher they had, Sonny Styles, the linebacker, Carnell Tate at receiver, and Caleb Downs. I mean, Ohio State has a lot of people. Miami got a lot of people too coming out of the team that almost won the national championship last year. But the Giants have the 5th and 10th pick for a team that got John Harbaugh as a coach, and they have some young talent with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo. Hopefully they can stay healthy and learn how to slide. And
Well, and Cam Scatterboo's got to stop running down the field and then running into defenders.
yeah,
Like I have never seen somebody hit a hole over here and then cut that way, and it be nothing but green grass, and then he'll cut back so that he can hit the guy in front of him.
yo, all right.
Have you seen that?
I did.
He drives me nuts, dude. He's like,
yeah, he does not dodge contact at all.
He puts it down.
So Aaron says, "Hey, I hear Angel will fit in with the great masonry culture of Atlanta." You know what, Patrick? I said something like that to you when that move happened. No, Atlanta Rams. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Aaron left another comment. He said, "Is Cam Scatterboo the Anglo-Saxon version of Trent Richardson?" Yes.
Yes. Look,
just run into people just because.
He just be hunting them down. I mean, it's literally green grass all the way to your right. Nobody, 11 players over here to the left, and he'll run through the 11 players and get 20 yards when he could have had a touchdown over here. But he's like, he's like, and then people will start running from him, and he'll start chasing them down. Dude, just run for a touchdown. Get over it. Go for the touchdown. He starts hunting. He's head hunting with a football. Like, you would have worked really good with the New Orleans Saints about 8 years ago.
I'm looking at the teams who have 2 draft choices. We mentioned the Giants have 2 draft choices in the first round. So do the Browns. Yeah, the Browns have 2 draft choices because remember they traded a Hall to Jacksonville, so Jacksonville can get Travis Hunter. So they have 2 picks. The Dolphins, I think, have 2 first-round picks, if I'm reading this right. Yeah, the Dolphins have 11 and 30. And they got that because they traded Jalen Waddle to the Denver Broncos. I think the Cowboys you don't have time to have a bad time. The Cowboys,
I don't have time to have a bad time, Cowboys.
The Cowboys have 2 first-round picks to number 12 and number 20. So
I'm surprised Jerry hasn't went out and bought the other 30 first-round draft picks.
I mean, I don't.
For the first round of the Dallas Cowboys, we'll pick Mendoza.
You just get everybody.
Just pick up your next team in the next 32 rounds.
And just do what the Eagles do and raid the SEC.
Yeah. You can go get Georgia. Just saying.
Oh gosh. Aaron and his comments, boy. That was funny with Scatterboo. Just running.
The Atlanta comment is actually pretty funny.
It was too.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's like a little. I'm like,
I said the same thing. You know, I remember I said, "Oh, you know what that culture is."
Oh yeah.
You know. He said, also, I'm surprised Jerry didn't force Brian Schottenheimer to have a sleepover in order to get the job. You never know.
Yeah, dude, I think he did.
You never know.
I think he did. Everybody, you got to have a sleepover with Jerry Jones for him to hire you because he's got to trust you. He's got to know how good of a time you're going to have. I mean, that's the reason why Dak stays in Dallas.
Or a yes person.
or that. Yeah.
You know?
But that's the reason why Dak's still there. Dak went out and partied with him one night, and he had a great time. They stayed out too late. You remember that?
Yeah, Jerry Jones out there on the yacht.
Yeah, out there on that yacht. Got all the things they needed to do. Got it out of their system. He came back, and he goes, hey, Dak's my guy. And I'm like, why all of a sudden is he your guy now? Because they were talking about trading him. He goes out on the yacht, and now he comes back, and he's like, Dak's our guy.
And he's the highest paid quarterback in the league. $60 million a year. $60 million a year. $60 million a year.
$60 million a year. Well, what was that joke I made one year? I was like, Dak can take them all the way to the Super Bowl. All he has to do is buy their tickets, and he can go.
Because he ain't gonna be playing that.
He ain't gonna be playing, but he can buy all their tickets and get them there.
Oh gosh. So the NFL draft will start Thursday night in Pittsburgh. Round 1 will be Thursday, and then rounds 2 and 3 will be Friday, and the rest of the rounds 4 through 7 will be on Saturday. And real quick about the NFL draft before we move on to our last topic, the rounds 4 through 7, that's your team building rounds. And so yes, everybody is going to talk about the first round, and that's your splashy pick. That's your pick where you're either gonna get your needed guy or the best player available, and that's the one the headlines can have. But the team building rounds, the rounds where the scouting department and the GM and the
really their money.
Yeah, the fancy job title, the executive vice president of football operations. That's where
isn't that kind of like a name that John Elway made for himself up in Denver?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like he made that position, and he's like, he told Denver, he's like, I need a position, and this is what you're going to call it. Yeah, it's funny because remember several years back, I quit my job and helped 80 with the salon.
Did you get
I told you I went for because I worked at her front desk for 2 years, and then I called myself the entry control point specialist. I was going to make a card of that.
Is 80 in there right now? What did 80 think about that title?
She just laughed. She just laughed. She goes, "You're guest services." I was like, "No, I'm entry control."
Your customer service.
And I rocked at it. But I always told everybody I was entry control point specialist.
So before we close, we were gonna continue a conversation about numbers and stats. Aaron says, "Come to my wife's salon because a bald guy worth trusting with whom you cut your hair. Love your pat."
Okay, so hold on. I gotta ask. So, Aaron, your wife owns a hair salon? Because if she does, my wife owns 2, and she's been in business for like 16 years.
He said, "Just love your pat." I like how you said it there. Love your pat. So look, man.
Oh, those are in quotes. Never mind. So Aaron doesn't. His wife doesn't. Yeah. Okay, I just saw the quote. I just saw the quotes. So my comments are like really far away, and I'm having to like do this to read them. I didn't see the quotes.
And then Aaron says, "No, she doesn't." Talking about his wife, he said, "No, she doesn't own us a lot." But real quick, so some numbers, and one of the things about numbers is this, because you can have the stats, and yes, those are there, and a lot of times they really can't be debated because, well, they're stats. Pretty cut and dry with the numbers, but sometimes they don't always tell the whole truth. And also, when it comes to numbers, they can be skewed in whatever favor that person wants them to be skewed in. So I'll use an example here, Patrick, and then jump in when you're ready. But I'll use an example of facts. Like these are facts. They cannot be debated at all. And yes, we're gonna use LeBron as an example here, just to prove my point.
Okay. I got plenty to say on that topic.
So LeBron James, this is the fact, can't be debated here. LeBron James has won 4 titles
and lost 7
with 3 different teams.
But he's also lost 7.
He's lost 6.
6.
But here's the thing.
3 of those came to Steph Curry.
So he got
who's actually the player of the generation. Just so,
so he's got 2. He has 2 with the Heat, 1 with the Lakers, and 1 with the Caps. So the people who are the LeBron haters out there, like you, will say, "Oh, he won with 3 teams because he don't want to stay anywhere. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to actually build a team. He just wants to go and run away when things basically turn into a fire because he caused the fire." Which, in a lot of cases, that is what happened because the people will build the team around him, and then all of a sudden, oh man, I don't think they want to win anymore. I'm like, well, you done handcuffed them. They can't do anything.
Yeah, they're paying you $140 million every second, and you're wondering why they don't put other people on the courts because they can't afford it.
So the people who are LeBron supporters, LeBron lovers, if you want to call them that too, will say, oh, well, he comes to a team. That environment all of a sudden goes up because the expectations are winning, and he done uplifted these teams to be champions. So, look, I think, yeah,
No.
but
that's what they're saying. But no, that's not. They really need to start thinking about everything that he brings. Yes, he is a once in a generation player. We have said that many a times. Now, do I think he is the best in his generation? No, I think Steph Curry is better than him. There's plenty of players out there that's better than him, especially at this point. But there's a lot more that he brings to the table. Like, yes, he's an all-time highest scoring player of all time. I mean, he even put the patch on his jersey, right?
But he's played for half a century.
He has played for half a century. But here's the next part. Did he put the patch on his shirt for the most misses in all-time history as well? No. There's your falsified information.
So there we are. The
Did that prove your point? Did that help you prove your point? Because I got a lot more.
No. Nah.
I got a lot more.
No, because but that's the thing.
Self-inflicted king, please.
But that's the thing with the numbers, and I do believe people will look at these stats. We always make fun of ESPN's Next Gen Stats.
Oh,
and,
yeah, those are hilarious. We come up with some good ones.
Yeah.
I think our stats are so much better than ESPN's.
Oh yeah, because we
like what's that one that I said if you who was it? Peyton was it Peyton Manning? I said, well, if he takes a dump on Tuesday and he angles himself just right at a 30-degree angle before everything comes out, then and he wipes with his left hand, he's going to win a Super Bowl this year.
He's throwing for 300.
He's throwing for 390 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
And so that,
but if he's off one angle, I was like, Indianapolis is going to lose and they're doomed.
So that's what I mean. Also, with some of these stats and analytics that are out here, I think too many times they're accepted as the gospel, and there has to be more research that has to be done to these. And look, I like numbers just as much as anybody. I don't mind diving into stats, diving into numbers, and seeing what the numbers will prove out. But I think you have to have that knowledge of at least watching these contests and watching these games, and then being able to put all that together. There has to be some self-thinking here.
Yeah, you can't just go on all the positive numbers. You also have to look at the negative numbers too. I mean, that's part of the whole thing. Like I said, he might be the all-time highest scoring athlete in all of NBA, but he's also missed more shots than anybody else has too. You know what I mean? So
no patch for that.
There's no patch for that one. You know, you got all the patches for all the good things you did, but how about the patch for most misses? You know what I mean? He also has a patch for. I think he has the most patch for the most turnovers now.
It just
like you got to look at it all.
It just seems now, man.
Hey, good night, Aaron. Thank you for coming on, man, and hitting me up with the Atlanta thing. That was spot on, actually.
I'll get it next week.
Yeah, come back with Charles next. Well, I think we're off next week.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Well, in 2 weeks. So yes.
Oh, it's not next week. It's the week after.
No, next week we're done. We're not coming on next week. Most likely not.
Yeah, we got a day off. We're giving ourselves a day off.
Yep, we're giving ourselves a day off because we've hit every Tuesday for the year so far, except for the one that I missed, and we did a Thursday show for that week back in January. So, hey, thank you for tuning in, and I'll make sure.
I appreciate you, Aaron.
And I'll make sure I check out part 2.
And I'll watch them this. I'll watch them this week as well.
but that's the thing with these numbers, Patrick. And I think yes, numbers never lie, because you remember there's a show on ESPN called Numbers Never Lie. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, what's her name? Who's on Fox now? And she's on Amazon Thursday night team up. Clarissa Thompson. She was on there with the other dude, Michael Smith. That was the name of the show, Numbers Never Lie. And I said, well, wait a minute. They maybe not lie, but I don't know. Maybe some of that truth is missing too.
Yeah, they don't lie. I mean, look, 2 + 2 is 4. We all know that. They don't lie. Numbers never lie. It's the reason why I love math. I mean, it's because if you do the math right, it's consistent. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they don't always tell the complete truth as well. And you gotta dig for those negative numbers. You gotta dig for the negative numbers. I mean, you
got to get the whole story.
You gotta get the whole story.
Let's not tell the parts that's just gonna make you look good. Like you said, like with LeBron, let me go ahead and play for 25 years and stack up all these numbers. I got the most points. I got the most. Well, I'm coming up on the most assists, because I mean, I think it's top. I have to look. He's
in the top 3.
Yeah, in assists, and so he'll probably have a patch for that. It just seems at this point now he is playing just to get these numbers, because they don't have a chance to win a championship. I don't care what they do against the Rockets; they're not winning a title.
No, they're not going to win. They're not going to win the second round.
He's going to do his farewell tour next year or whenever, and then it's just
thank God.
So
I'm just like, do your tour and get out.
So yeah, we can talk
with you.
We can talk numbers all day, but we'll save it for maybe a couple of weeks from now, because we're about to wrap it up. Before we wrap up, though, let's do a quick check on the scores here. Philly has tied the series.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, Philly won 111-97. So that series is tied at 1, and the next 2 games will be down in Philly. Spurs are winning against Portland 66-61. Montreal going over to hockey. They have a 2-1 lead in the third period, trying to take a 2-0 lead there, winning the first 2 games in Tampa if they can hold on. Boston whooping Buffalo 3-0 at the end of the second. So that's what we have. And
the Nationals just walloped Atlanta in the last 2 innings, dude. I mean, put it on them. The 7th and 8th inning, dude, they scored 3 runs apiece. I was sitting here looking at it, and I was like, as soon as I saw that 3 go up on the 8th, I was like, but I keep telling myself, you can't win them all.
No, you can't. And
Atlanta is like 4 games ahead in the South, so or in the East.
So before we wrap on up, what is coming up for Bro Epic?
So we are putting together our season 5. So that's going to start dropping tomorrow. Episode 1 drops tomorrow. So that's really cool. Everything is out on the beach. We got 3. We did a couple episodes out there last weekend. We were going to try to do some this weekend, but it was just really cloudy, and we was expecting rain, and it rained a little bit, and then it stopped, and then it rained a little bit, and then it stopped. So we didn't get any filming in last weekend. So we're going to try to finish up season 5 and have that ready for everybody to watch. We are out in the community trying to get the community to challenge us in a couple. And if everybody's watching watching the socials, you'll see that we have got a few people to come out, and we're giving away Amazon gift cards for the winners and stuff like that if they can beat us. So we're playing different games right now. We got a few for bucket golf, but we're going to try to get some pop darts, and we're going to try to get some frisbees and cornhole and all that stuff going as well. So look out for that. And if you are in the Panhandle of Florida, come and try to get us so you can challenge us for some prizes.
All right, sounds good, man. And for BOFASports, hey, look, we are as mentioned earlier, you probably will not be on the air next week. Take a week off. So because we've been here every Tuesday. We're coming into May, and we've been here pretty much every Tuesday since the beginning of the year. So this is a time to.
Dude, we did every Tuesday last year. We didn't even take a break last year. Just that one.
Yeah, it's like back in October or something.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Oh no, it's November because it's right around Thanksgiving. We always try to do a break around Thanksgiving time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, right before that.
I can't show up to 2 of them in November. It's every November I'm going to miss 2 of them if we don't.
Yeah, November and Christmas. We took some time off. So we really hadn't had a time off since Christmas. So yeah, we're gonna take this day just to chill, rewind a little bit, and then we'll be back in a couple of weeks it'll be May. So we'll be back in May. For next week, just look for a shorty or another article, and just to keep things rolling. And other than that, yeah, we're still getting the list together for the interviews that we want to start in the summer. And then we have some other things that we're thinking about doing. Look out for a road trip coming up, maybe. Maybe. And a couple of other things we might start in the fall. So we'll keep you updated on that. Maybe do some live shows during the games in college football. So we'll be on the lookout for that, and we'll let you know how all that comes about as that time gets closer. So other than that, I hope everybody enjoyed the show, and that is what we are breathing on for this evening, and that will do it for this edition of the BOFASports webcast. So y'all make sure y'all visit the BOFASports YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and follow the BOFASports Facebook page. Everybody take care and enjoy the playoffs that are happening in the NBA and NHL. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks. So y'all take care, enjoy the games, and we all see y'all then.
Go Dogs.